call sign at this time. I am listening though. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, southeast of England. Okay, Delta Oscar 1, very, very weak, but I did hear your prefix. The Delta Oscar 1, this is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, the name is Mark, southeast of England.
Yes, Mark, the record sign Delta Oscar 1, Bravo Oscar Mike. There's more of Charlie Mexico. QSB station.
Okay, Delta Oscar 1, a question mark, Oscar Mike, a QRP station, very, very weak to me, about a 3 and 1, maybe a 3 and 2. But if I can get your complete call sign, we can log you, and that would be fantastic. But my name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London, today using 50 watts and just a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. So please give me the missing letter. The missing letter I have, Delta Oscar 1, question mark, Oscar Mike. Back to you, sir. Okay, Delta Oscar 1, Bravo Oscar Mike. Thank you for coming back to me today, and great to get you in my logbook. I can give you a report of 4 and 2. And I'd be interested to know what antenna and what power you are using, sir. Back to you.
Oscar Romeo India Sierra. The radio is 176 whiskies out, but the antenna is a quarter wave ground plane full size on the top of the car.
Yeah, Delta Oscar 1, Bravo Oscar Mike, Boris, using a quarter wave ground plane on top of your car. I can revise your report, a 5 and 3. So we have a fast QSB today, but I have you in the logbook, Boris, using your FT-817 and 6 watts. I also have that radio, so I know the radio very well, and very, very pleased that your QRP signal has made it to my station. I'm in the town of Sidcup in Kent. That's Sierra India Delta Charlie Uniform Papa. My locator is Juliet Oscar 01, a Bravo Kilo. How do you copy, Boris? Back to you. DO1 BOM M0 JCF.
Kilometers northeast of the city of London on the Baltic Sea. Square.
Yeah, Delta Oscar 1, Bravo Oscar Mike, Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. I have you near the Baltic Sea, near Hamburg. Very, very interesting conditions. It's been a long time on 10 meters since I've worked in northern Germany. But a big compliments to you, Boris. Working well, very pleased to have you in the logbook. You're peaking 5 and 3. You peak 5 and 3, and with the QSB, you drop down to about a 4 and 2, 4 and 1. Tell me, Boris, what is my report today? Back to you.
Yes, 5, 7 up to 8 in the peak. 5 and 7 up to 8 in the peak.
Absolutely fantastic, Boris. Well, you're now reaching 5 and 4. 5 and 4. I think the sporadic E cloud that is giving us the communication may be moving or maybe getting thicker. But great to have you in the logbook. Tell me, Boris, have you heard much activity in the last few minutes before you spoke to me, QSL?
Yes. I have 2 stations from England and 1 station from Wales in the log. The last 25 minutes.
Absolutely fantastic. At least we know the band is picking up, Boris. Boris, before I lose you today, I will say thank you again. And in my very poor German, Boris, may I say vielen Dank für das QSO. And ich hoffe, and Sie bald zu treffen. Auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund, and 73. I hope you understood, Boris.
Oh yes, your German is very well. Very nice. Okay, my friend, 7355, enjoy the opening.
Yeah, auf Wiedersehen, Boris, and Dankeschön, mein Freund, 73. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. CQ 10 meters. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot, calling 10.
Delta Fox 5 Hotel Fox is calling.
Delta Hotel 5, Hotel Fox was that. This is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, about 20 kilometres southeast of the City of London. Back to you, sir, and apologies if I got the call sign wrong.
Okay, good afternoon, Mark. Delta Fox 5 Hotel Fox returning. Good afternoon, and for calling me back. Yes, to report the next over, but very soon. My name is Jürgen, uniform Echo Romeo Golf Echo November Jürgen, and location here is Hamburg. Hotel Alpha Mike Bravo uniform Romeo Golf, Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox, Delta Fox 5 Hotel Fox.
Yeah, Delta Foxtrot 5 Hotel Foxtrot, Jürgen in Hamburg. Very, very nice for you to call me today, and thank you, sir. Dankeschön, mein Freund. You are peaking just 5 and 3. You are peaking 5 and 3, and with the QSB, you're dropping to approximately 4 and 1. The QSB is fast, and the QSB is several S points. Today, I'm using a Yaesu Fox Tango 757 Golf X-Ray. My antenna is a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. My power just 50 watts today. So Jürgen, how do you copy? Back to you. DF5 HF. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox.
Okay, Mark, yes, Delta Fox 5 Hotel Fox returning, yes. Now very good copy. I turned the antenna to west direction. And so your signal is right up to about 5 and 7. Report for you 5 and 7. Yes, I am also see here that there's QSB on frequency, but at no moment I'm losing your signal, so very good readable here. It can either is relative free of noise of QRM, and so also the signal can drop down to S1, S2, and I think then also I can copy here. So very, very nice conditions here on 10 meter. Mark. Yes, this is the station here on my side. IC7600, about 100 watt output, maybe a little bit less, and 2-element beam now in western direction from Hamburg to the London area. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Fox Delta Fox 5 Hotel Fox.
Yeah, Delta Fox 5, Hotel Fox, a fantastic call sign as well. Delta Fox 5, high frequency, a great call sign for a radio operator, Jürgen. But yeah, receiving you fairly consistently at 5 and 3. As I say, when it drops, it does become slightly difficult, but the conditions are not fantastic, I find, at the moment. I've just spoken to one of your countrymen who was on the Baltic coast near Hamburg. So it looks like we definitely have a path, and possibly that the sporadic E cloud is over the North Sea, and that's how we're communicating. Okay, Jürgen, I won't hold it with you today. Normally I like a long QSO, but the QSB is a bit too fast and the signal's a little bit too weak today to risk losing you completely. So I say vielen Dank für das QSO, Jürgen, and auf Wiedersehen, mein Freund. 73, Dankeschön.
Okay, Roger, Mark. Delta Fox 5 Hotel Block 3 turning. During your last transmission, 59 plus, maximum 59 plus. And so, yes, conditions not that very interesting conditions, I think. So, Mark, thank you for the now short and nice contact. Thanks to you and yours, and good luck here on 10 meter. Mike 0, you get Charlie Fox, Delta Fox 5.
Dankeschön, mein Freund, and 73, you take care, good luck to the family also. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Fox, southeast of England. CQ10, CQ10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, calling 10. CQ10, CQ on 10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, calling 10. CQ10, CQ on 10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, calling 10. CQ10, CQ on 10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet. I appreciate you calling me. Unfortunately, your signal was far too weak for me to hear your call sign at this time, but thank you for trying. I do appreciate it. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie Foxtrot is listening. Okay, have I got Italy Whiskey 3 Oscar Foxtrot? Italy Whiskey 3 Oscar Foxtrot, just 3 and 1. My name is Mark, Mike, Alpha, Romeo, Kilo. I'm 20 kilometres south from the city of London. Back to you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Mark, okay, my call sign, not correct. I spell my call sign, India Whiskey 0, Hotel Oscar Foxtrot. I live in Rome City. My daughter is Corrado. I live in Rome City, okay?
Okay, Italy Whiskey 0, Hotel Oscar Foxtrot. I had you 4 and 2. I had you 4 and 2. And your name is Corrado. Your name is Corrado, and you are in the city of Rome. Is that the QSL? Back to you.
Perfetto. Ciao, Mark.
Ciao, grazie mille, Corrado. Thank you again for contacting me, and I'm pleased that I've got you in my logbook as a 4 and 2. You're a 4 and 2. I say grazie per il QSO, and addio amico mio, 73. Ciao, ciao. Ciao, Corrado, and thank you again. 73 to your family. QRZ, Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, calling 10. Okay, I've got a Delta Golf 8 with Lima somewhere in that. Very weak, sir, very weak, about a 3 and 1. You were a 3 and 1, but I will try to get you in my logbook today. This is Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. I'm in the southeast of England, about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London, and the name is Mark. That's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. Let's see if we can complete your call sign, please. Delta Golf 8 with Lima. This is Mike, 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot. Yeah, Delta Golf 8, Lima, Quebec, peaking about 5 and 2. You're peaking about 5 and 2. Very difficult conditions today. I'm using a 5/8 wave vertical antenna and just 50 watts. My radio is a Yaesu Fox Tango 757 Golf X-ray. And all of my German contacts this afternoon have all been from the Hamburg area. You are number 3 from the Hamburg area, sir. So very pleased to get you in my logbook. I'm logging you 5 and 2 today, sir. 5 and 2. Back to you. Thank you for the 5 and 7. Yeah, you're peaking 5 and 3 now, 5 and 3. I have noticed the QSB is very fast and it's at least 2 or 3 S points. So when it goes down, I do lose people. And when it comes up, you're nice and clear, Andreas. Back to you.
Yes, thank you. I'm using vertical antenna, 100 watts, and diesel 991 Alpha. Mike, to you.
Thank you for that. Yes, the 991 Alpha is a very popular radio by Yaesu. My radio, my Fox Tango 757 Golf X-Ray, over 40 years old, but from the same stable, so we know it's good. We know it works well. Andreas, I won't hold it too long because the QSB is too fast today for a long QSO. But vielen Dank für das QSO, mein Freund. And Auf Wiedersehen, 73. Take care, good luck. Bye-bye, old friend. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. Yeah, Sugar Bravo 7, Sugar, I believe that was. Very good evening to you, old man. My name is Mark, that's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm about 20 kilometres southeast from the city of London. I'll give you your report and some details on the next over. Back to you, Sugar Bravo 7, Sugar. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox.
Thank you, Mike. Mike 0, Juliet, Mark, sorry. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox, Sugar, Bravo 7, Sugar. Nice to meet you again. You were both from 10 in 2021 and on 14 2022. You're 5 and 9. 59, my name is George. Golf Echo Oscar, Romeo Golf Echo George. Located in the southeastern part of Sweden. Not too far from the Baltic Sea coast. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Sugar, Bravo 7, Sugar, over.
Yeah, Sugar Bravo 7, Sugar, George, very nice to meet you again. Thanks for coming back to this call. It looks like there is some sporadic E between Northern Europe and Scandinavia now, and the southeast of the UK. I was actually calling CQ about 30 minutes ago and had multiple contacts come back to me from the Hamburg area. A few contacts out of Italy as well, which was unusual, but mainly out of northern Germany, and you're my first Scandinavian contact. You're 5 and 5 to me today, 5 and 5. I'm using an old Yaesu 757 Golf X-Ray, running about 50 watts, that's just 50 watts, and the antenna is just a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. I think this is probably the antenna we've worked on before if it was 10 meters, George. Not too sure on the radios or power though. I've got so many old radios that I never know without checking the electronic log which one was which. But there you go, that's the story there, George. Back to you, SpE7S. This is M0 JCF.
Yeah, thanks for the 5 and 5 mark. Yeah, I can see this very key cloud. It's located over Poland. Highest maximum is low frequencies over Poland, and then we have a spready key cloud exactly between us. Almost exactly between, it's over western Denmark, so it's exactly between Sweden and the UK. Running an Icon 7610 here, and almost exactly a kilowatt. Antenna is a 9 element 5 band off beam with 3 active elements here on 10 meters, and antenna is up at 17 meters roughly. Wonderful summer day here, 23 degrees Celsius. We have 18, 19 degrees now still, and it's 7:30 in the evening, so it's a wonderful summer evening, Mark. It's only less than a week ago we had dreadful rain and +6 degrees, so it really is changeable weather. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Sugar, Bravo 7, Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar, and I'll update you on your signal report, 5 and 7 now, but with the QSB right down to 5 and 3, so a big old swing. And yeah, well, you're using a kilowatt and a directional antenna, so I would say that your antenna's probably pulling my signal in a lot better than my antenna. The Whiskey X-ray here today, well, it's been cloudy for most of the morning and afternoon, and it's now clearing from the east. So it looks like the weather front is moving from east to west, and now that the day is almost finished, it looks like the sun may just come out for the end of the day. It's not been too bad temperature wise. Probably in the high teens, about 18-19 degrees today. The weekend was fantastic. We had just had blue skies and the temperatures around 25-26 maybe in the southeast. Certainly I've been in the garden for most of the weekend, just sitting there with a beer and a book, but did get some radio time in. I did manage to work some Aurora contacts on 2 meters on Saturday, and Sunday morning lots of sporadic E on 10 meters. I got lots of replies, and then yesterday not so much. Yesterday afternoon that was 40 meters, the other band I quite often use, has been very quiet. And then this afternoon, as I say, and you've just confirmed that, it's all been from mainly Northern Europe, but as I say, some contacts out of Italy, which I thought was odd given that most of the contacts were from Northern Europe. Back to you.
Yeah, it's been really bad propagation for a couple of days. I worked at load station late Friday night. There was a fantastic Aurora E opening, combination of sporadic E and Aurora on Friday evening. It opened up at about 21:30 UTC, very selective between Scandinavia and United Kingdom. I worked 70 stations in UK in about an hour from 21:30 until 22:30 UTC during that evening, or almost until 1 o'clock local time. More than 70 stations, and most of them were 5 and 9 plus. So it was very selective. I had no time being on the radio yesterday, and I worked a bit on Saturday, but there has been at least one X-flare almost every day, and it was the same I was listening at work during my lunch break. And it was also, it wasn't an X-flare, it was an N6.6 flare, I think, but with quite strong radiation, so it was a complete radio blackout over Europe. So with these spreading clouds, you'll see a bit more contact, a bit better, because I'm surprised, because the only things I can see on the back is news, except for Charlie Echo 8, Michael Doodledum, Chile. But absolutely no other UK stations, which is really surprising, but people haven't discovered yet that the band is open market. That's Julia Charlie Foxtrot, Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar.
Yeah, Sugar Bravo 7 Sugar, M0 JCF replying, do you know what, I'm not as technical as you, I don't think, when I look at propagation and propagation maps, propagation predictions. I do take notice of what's happening, but not so much in depth review. It's really interesting what you've just been telling me, but yeah, I'm very prolific on 10 and 12 meters, and on the lower bands of late I'm normally on 60 meters or 40 meters, but for me, when the band is dead, it's dead. I will still call out though, and that's the difference. I think a lot of people, they listen to a band, you know, they don't look at it technically like you've just explained to me. They'll just switch on the radio, look at the band, spin the dial, or look at their band scope. They don't see any signals, and so they just go off and do something else. Whereas me, even when I see the dead band, I will, like I've just done now, I will try to, you know, put out a few calls. I normally give it between 5 and 6 minutes. And then if after that time, sometimes 10 minutes, but if in 10 minutes I haven't had a reply, I'll normally go off and do something else. But yeah, it's we are in sporadic E season now, so I expect lots of short skip and lots of interesting conversation on 10 and 12 meters. And then of course for me, what happens around September time, the skip goes long again to North America. I do notice as well at this time of the year that all of the long skip, the DX, has shifted completely south for me, mainly South Africa and South America. Obviously you get lots of big stations in Brazil, and so you know you can normally gauge where we are in the year by how the propagation is. Because I just use a simple vertical antenna, I don't have the luxury of being able to point in any direction. So yeah, the American stations, Canadian stations, they sort of vanished around about the end of March to me, the beginning of April, and now as I say, it's a nice gap in between because you get the short skip and you get to speak to Europeans and Scandinavians again. Back to you there, SpE7S. This is M0JCF. Yeah, SpE7S M0JCF. Yeah, sorry George, I spoke for too long. You dropped down to about a 3 and 1, and you're just coming up on the end of that to a 5 and 2. So very best wishes. Thanks for coming back to me. Look forward to the next time. Best 73 to you and the family. Take care. Have a fantastic evening yourself. Bye bye for now, and thank you again.
Yes, thank you, Mark. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, lovely. Back up to 5 and 5. There is a fast QSB today. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, South East of England. CQ10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, calling CQ10. CQ10. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, calling CQ10.
Oscar Zulu, uniform Victor, Oscar Zulu 2, uniform Victor, over.
Yeah, Oscar Zulu 2, Uniform Victor. A very good evening to you, sir, and thank you for calling me. My name is Mark, Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo, and I'm in the southeast of England. I'm just about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London. I'll give you your report on the next over. Oscar Zulu 2, Uniform Victor, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox.
Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox, Zulu 2, uniform Victor. Thank you very much for letting me in there. Name is Bjarne. Bjarne, I spelled for you. B Bravo, J Juliet, A Alpha, R Romeo, N November, E Echo. Bjarne is the name. Located 30 kilometers south of Copenhagen, capital city. Nearby the coast, they only have 200 meters down to the beach here, Mark. So Mike, you're 5 and 7 here. Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Fox from Oscar Zulu 2, uniform Victor.
Oh, Bjarne, yes, very nice. And I understood your name and your location. No problem. Thanks for the 5 and 7. You are peaking 5 and 7. There is some QSB dropping you to about 5 and 3. There is a fast QSB this afternoon, and it's always about 3 S points. So hopefully I won't lose you. But yeah, peaking 5 and 7. Today, Bjarne, using a Yaesu Fox Tango 757 Golf X-Ray. So as you know, a very old radio. I'm running just 50 watts, that's 50 watts, and my antenna is a 5/8 wave vertical antenna. The microphone is also very old, maybe getting on for 50 years old. It's the Handmaster 4200 desk microphone. So that's the story here, Bjarne. Back to you, OZ2UV, this is M0 JCF.
M0 JCF from Oscar Zulu to Uniform Victor. Yes, you were up to 5 and 9 when you gave me the 5 and 3 or told me about the 5 and 3. So between 5 and 7, 5 and 9 there in the last communication that we had from you, Mark. Yes, operating here, and I come 7300 barefoot into a hex beam in westward direction now, and about 8.5 meters up on a Versa tower. So the Versa tower is lowered to the lowest position there, Mark. Weather here has been excellent today. It was a bit chilly earlier, but now it is very convenient outside. Just been out doing a little bit of gardening. It's difficult now. I'm 82 years old, and I really feel it is difficult just to keep the balance here and everything, Mark. So then it's easier to sit down on a chair and chat on the radio. And my X-Ray also have a call sign. She is Oscar Zulu 7 Alpha Golf Romeo, but she's in the kitchen, so she is in the right location just now doing some dinner there. We will have chicken and potatoes here, and maybe you get a good strong beer. We have just been over in England about 14 days ago, I think. We were in Hayward, south of London. My wife, Israel, there was visiting her girlfriend. She became 99 years old. We were invited over for the birthday, but I was not very well at that time, so we went over after the birthday and paid a visit to my wife's friends there. They've known each other for, I think some 60 years now, Mark. Mike 0, JCF from OZ2UV.
Yeah, OZ2UV, M0 JCF, a fantastic story. You're young, you're 82, and 99 is the new old age now. I think so many people make it to their mid and late 90s now. I'm hoping for that, Bjarne. I'm 61, but I am retired, Bjarne. I am retired, and I retired 18 months ago, so I retired quite a young man. But my wife is still working, but that's no problem. She likes to work, so she's what's called a registered childminder. She looks after other people's children. So when the children come from school, I pick them up from school, bring them home, and then I disappear to use the radio or some other hobby. But the weather here has been not too bad today. It's been cloudy today, but the cloud is now moving from the east. We have blue skies coming from the east. The weekend was absolutely fantastic. Lots of sunshine and about 25 degrees. But you say you're in South London. Well, I'm very close to South London. I'm about 20 kilometres from the centre of London itself, but I'm in the town of Sidcup, that's Sierra India Delta Charlie Uniform Papa, which is just outside of the suburbs of London. Still an urban area. We don't get the countryside until about 1 mile down the road from me. Then it's all green fields and cows and sheep. But there you go. That's the story. And it's good that you visited this side. I've never been to Denmark. The closest I've been to Denmark, Bjarne, was in Drachten in the Netherlands. I think Drachten, not far from the Danish border maybe, but some years ago, myself and my daughter were drag racing motorcycles, and my daughter was racing in the Netherlands, and I took her to Drachten. So that is the closest that I've come to the Danish border. Back to you.
Yes, okay, Mark. Yeah, well, then you still have an opportunity to go there. Yes, I worked up until I was 70 years old. I became redundant there when I was 59 and thought it was too early to stop. So, and I have some master certificates that from the previous younger days on ships there. So I got my master's license again and sailed as a navigating officer there until I was 70. And amongst others, I was in South America delivering a ship which was sold. So it was just a one-way trip down with the ship and back again by plane. Oh, I'm told dinner is ready from my very beautiful wife there. So she just called me now, Mark. We were in Hayward Heath. Hayward Heath was the name of the location there south of London that we visited, Mark. Yes, I will have to hurry out to the kitchen there and be participating in a dinner, and I have been promised a good beer along with the dinner, so this is very excellent and very promising, Mark. So I will say 73, thank you very much for this contact, and hope to meet you again further down the line. Mike 0, JCF from OZ to UV.
Yeah, OZ2UV, M0JCF returning. An absolute pleasure, Bjarne. Absolute pleasure to speak to you. And please say hello to your beautiful XYL, Oscar Zulu 7 Alpha Golf Romeo, if she can hear me. I'll shout hello and have a great dinner. My dinner was meant to have been ready an hour ago, but my wife, as one of the children, has been late. Their parents had a train delay, so they were late coming, so I decided to have some extra time on the radio. So it's probably a good time for me to go and have my dinner as well. But enjoy yourself and have a great evening. Enjoy your beer, and please look up me again on 10 and 12 metres during sporadic e-season. If not, if you use 40 metres or 2 metres, we may talk 2 metres tropo, or we may just talk on 40 metres short skip. My antenna is fantastic for short skip into Europe on 40. Take care and goodbye for now. You have a fantastic evening. OZ2 UV M0JCF 73, old friend.
Yes, thank you very much, Mark. I just increased the volume on the radio there, and she came in, so she heard all your wishes there, and the opportunity that to enjoy this dinner there. Thank you very much, Mark. Hope to meet you again further down the lock there. Mike 0, JCF from OZ to UV 73, and bye-bye, Mark.
Yeah, 73, Bjarne. You take care and look forward to the next time. QRZ, Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England. If anyone would like a report before I go QRT in 5 minutes, this is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling CQ10. CQ10, CQ10, CQ10. This is Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot. Mike 0 Juliet Charlie Foxtrot calling 10.
Oscar Zulu 5 Delta Mike.
Oscar Zulu 5 Delta Mike, very good evening, sir. My name is Mark, that's Mike Alpha Romeo Kilo. I'm in Sidcup in Kent, Sierra India Delta Charlie Uniform Papa, about 20 kilometres southeast of the city of London, and I'll give you your report on the next over. So over to you, sir. OZ5DM, this is M0 JCF.
QSL, Mark, yeah, the name here is David, Delta Alpha Victor India Delta. David is the name, and you're actually peaking 5 and 9. A lot of QSB at the moment, all the way down to 5 and 5, but no problems. I'm running 100 watts at the moment into a vertical fishing rod antenna with tuna at the bottom, so that's the working conditions. It seems to be doing the job today, even though I think the band has been very quiet for the last couple of days due to the sunburst QSL.
Yeah, QSL, David, and thanks for the 5 and 9. You're peaking 5 and 4 to me, 5 and 4, with QSB down to 5 and 2, but perfectly readable. Tonight, David, I'm using an old Yaesu Fox Tango 757 Golf X-Ray. The power output on this one is 50 watts at 10 metres. And my antenna is also a vertical antenna, but it's a 5/8 wave vertical, commercial one made by High Gain. It's the High Gain Venom. So not a fishing rod antenna, and yeah, I agree, 10 meters has been absolutely wild the last few days. 1 minute lots of sporadic E, and then the next absolutely silent. You'll normally find me on 10 meters, 12 meters and 40 meters, sometimes 60 meters, but also at the weekend I used 2 meters SSB and was working Aurora, and it was quite interesting for me. That was the first time. I've listened to Aurora contacts on VHF many times, but never actually worked them. So on Saturday, while 10 meters was very quiet, I did work Aurora on 2. Apparently 6 meters was also open, so that's interesting. I don't often use 6 meters, but it's very good for sporadic E. I've never worked real DX on 6 meters. I've never worked Aurora, but apparently the Aurora was very good. So that's the story there, David. OZ5DM, this is M0 JCF.
Yeah, QSL, yeah, that sounds excellent with the Aurora conditions for 2 meters though. Yeah, for the HF band it's quite annoying, I believe, sort of, but yeah, but there's been some northern lights, and yeah, people had the opportunity to have a look at that. I didn't go have a look for the look, even though I believe it's fantastic, but yeah, I experienced it in Greenland several times now, and hopefully I'll gonna experience it again just for 1 day in November, when we are going back to do some activation from Oscar X-Ray Land. So yeah, the Aurora is fantastic, but I believe the most fantastic is when you're just above, just below it, and it's all around you. So that's what the experience from Greenland QSL.
Yeah, QSL. I'd like to see that. It'd be absolutely fantastic. I've worked Greenland on, I think, 20 meters a few times in the past, but I think they have been people that have travelled maybe from Denmark that normally, excuse me, that normally go up there to, to do some DXing. So I do have Greenland in the logbook, but only on, I think, 20 20 meters. But yeah, the aurora, I would love to see it from the real north, inside the Arctic Circle. But you know, it's just too cold for me now. I do enjoy my sunshine. I do enjoy the warm weather. The only time I like the cold weather is at Christmas. But of course, in the southeast, we never get snow. Well, we do get snow occasionally. We never get snow at Christmas. But I would imagine that it's quite magical to be in the true northern hemisphere, inside the Arctic Circle, with the snow and the aurora borealis, plus, you know, reindeers and sleighs and things. I'm not sure that Greenland has that magical properties. I know a few people that have travelled to Iceland hoping to see the northern lights and never did, and that's quite a shame. I think Iceland, the tourist people in Iceland, they do make a big thing, come to Iceland and see the northern lights. I think that's their marketing. But of course, you get there, and unless the sun is really misbehaving, they don't get to see those northern lights. But it makes me smile all the same. Back to you.
You're right about that. Yeah, I actually went to Iceland just for, it was a birthday present from the XYL. So we went there and we hoped to see some northern lights, but it was, too much overclouded, and so we didn't get to see anything. So, but anyway, yeah, I experienced it later on in Greenland, so I had my share, I would say. So, yeah, the first time I was there, there was like northern lights for almost at the time, so the conditions was really lovely.
Yeah, Oscar Zulu 5, Delta Mike, this is Mike 0, Juliet Charlie Fox. David, halfway through that over, you started to drop. You dropped down to about a 4 and 1, and then bam, you were gone, absolutely gone. You may well be speaking again, and I may be just talking over the top of you. But if you can hear me, David, your signal dropped 4 and 2, and then disappeared completely. So hopefully you've stopped and you're hearing me. So David, if you can hear me, I think it's time for me now to wrap this up, and I wish you very best 73. I will listen to see if you've come back, but again, in case you stopped transmitting, yes, your signal dropped to 4 and 2 and then down to 0, absolutely nothing. You completely vanished. But I got as far as you saying that you saw the aurora borealis in Denmark, and just after that is when your signal dropped. So again, very best 73, and thank you again, David. Look forward to the next time. You take care, and best wishes to the whole family. OZ5DM, this is M0 JCF listening just one more time. Yeah, OZ5DM M0 JCF, just a 4 and 1, and yes, I will check out the QRZ page. I'll find that very, very interesting. But thank you again, and before I lose you, you take care, have a fantastic evening. This is Mike 0, Juliet, Charlie, Foxtrot, southeast of England, going QRT. The frequency is clear for use. This frequency is clear for use.